Atlanta Business Chronicles Biz. Sponsored by Georgia Power. And Go Beyond Profit.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. We begin with an ownership shakeup at Atlanta's largest film studio. Pinewood Group, which is based in the UK, has sold its stake in Pinewood Atlanta Studios to its local joint venture partner. The new owner is Rivers Rock. That's an independently managed trust of the Cathy family of Chick-fil-A fame. Officials say you won't see changes right away, but by 2021, Pinewood Atlanta will be rebranded. Its focus will be on local content creation and technology. No word yet on whether the studio will continue to produce global blockbusters from the Marvel universe. In recent years, films including Black Panther and Guardians of the Galaxy were filmed there. There's now a greater incentive for developers to build affordable housing. The Atlanta City Council unanimously passed a resolution that expedites the permitting process for certain developers, specifically those who set aside at least 10% of their units for workforce housing. The Atlanta City Council hopes the resolution provides a quick and efficient route to getting permits while also solving the city's affordable housing issue. The Home Depot is bracing for the impact of future tariffs. The company is lowering its sales forecast for the year. The Atlanta-based home improvement giant says despite robust second quarter sales, it's concerned future consumer demand may be hampered by tariffs. Also, lumber prices have fallen significantly. The company derives about 8% of its sales growth from lumber. Home Depot's second quarter sales rose to nearly $31 billion. An Atlanta-based fintech company has just raised $39 million in venture capital. GREENLIGht Financial Technology provides smart debit cards for kids. Parents can use an app to upload allowances and control spending. During the past 2 years, GREENLIGht has raised about $55 million to grow its staff and develop new products. Well, it seems education pays, and not in the way you might think. Georgia's public colleges and universities had an economic impact last year of $18 billion. That's up nearly 5% from the previous year. The more than 24 schools in the university system generated 168,000 jobs. Nearly 4% of all non-farm jobs in Georgia are tied to the state's university system. NOVELIS is the latest company to start up an innovation hub at Georgia Tech. The Atlanta-based maker of aluminum sheet products is investing $2.5 million in the project. Georgia Tech will use the funds to recruit a director for the innovation hub. Sustainability will be a key focus of the research, including in electric vehicle systems and beverage packaging. Georgia Tech will soon have a new leader. University President Bud Peterson will leave his post at the end of the month. He's passing the reins to Angel Cabrera, the former president of George Mason University. Now, as Peterson wraps up his nearly 10-year term, he says he's proud of the progress the institute has made.
It's been a great run. Val and I have enjoyed our experiences here at Georgia Tech in Atlanta enormously, and we're tremendously proud of this institution, the students that it graduates, the faculty, the staff. Just a great place.
The Georgia Tech Foundation surprised the Petersons in June with a $17 million scholarship endowment in their honor, the largest of its kind in the school's history. But Peterson won't be going too far. He plans to stay on campus and teach mathematical engineering this winter session.